let's build here today. We need to figure out where the engine is going. Oh yeah, okay, engine in the back, do you think? Or engine up the front. This is mildly important because I want a Moonpool. So if I put the engine at the front, Moonpool goes at the back. It is wider towards the back, I suppose. So there's more space for things to come up into the Moonpool. Or for the Moonpool to be larger, I suppose. Let's do that. Let's say the Moonpool is going to be at the back. Because then it's like the bridge is up the front. Probably this back section can go or do something different. And then there'll be a large open hangar area in the back. Maybe this rear section could be like a storage position. And then there'll be a big Moonpool. Probably bigger than this. Would be really cool. So the thing with the Moonpool, I guess I want the door. It needs to be a custom door and it needs to be properly sealable. Oh, the door can pop out to the bottom, I think, though. It doesn't have to come up. I was thinking it would like pop up and then slide along. But if it just popped down and slid forwards, or yeah, forwards would be better, I think. Someone left a comment saying there should be escape pods. And so what does that look like? What is an escape pod going to be? Is it going to be a single person escape pod? It would most likely have to use these doors, these magnetic doors, which means it would need two of them. If this back one is open, then the front one can't open, it has to be closed. There is this one, hinged dock hatch. I'm thinking like, what if it's a, maybe I should paint something a different color. Let's go a different color. You know what, let's build in a different color every episode and then you'll know what the changes are. So everything will be a slightly different color from each new episode. Let's say this is like a tube and you have your like ejection seat or whatever. So as soon as you sit on this, it'll eject you from the submarine. But it needs a door and yeah, like almost definitely has to be this door, which is huge. Yeah, it's like 5x5 and then with the corners it becomes 7x7. Big enough for more than one person though, I think. So the magnet here would lock it into place. I can use hard points as well to secure it fully. And then I guess you just close it up. This internal space is 7, so just big enough. And we've got the door opens inwards, so we can't put anything like in here. Ah, that's a problem. What about that other door? The old, this one, the hinged. What if you climb in it sideways? This would fold down. There's your seat. Hop in that. Put a window in here so you can see. And so you would like climb into this and then it ejects you from the sub and it will just float to the surface, I guess, on its own. So then this could be somewhere in the middle or, you know, like off to the side. Depends where that door is, I guess, where you put the hatch. So you get in it through the hatch. When you're in the seat, all the hatches will close and then it will just go and you'll get launched up to the surface. That could be really cool to have like a hallway of, let's do that. Let's do a hallway. I think this is a good idea though. Let's commit to that. So you'll be sitting here, right? We need to like fill in some space. So I'm going to mark out where I want the bridge. I don't think I want people being able to walk through the bridge. It needs to be like an end point, which might mean it needs to be a lot smaller, or it needs to be bigger so that it's got more space for different workstations. And then on the back we need, oh yeah, so like in this section, this isn't really anything, right? It's just going to be a staircase, a way to go up. And I want you to be able to go up into one of those tower things. And then I want you to be able to go down to get down onto the like engine room floor. Up's probably going to be a ladder though, isn't it? Do I need rails? Probably. Rails would be good. That maybe does come into a bit of where I wanted the Moonpool to go. Does that mean I put the engines at the back? Because I think the engines would fit like all the way to the back from here. It's a pretty spacious submarine to have a full staircase on it. So the wall probably goes here, and then we'll chuck a ladder here. That would make the Moonpool at the back really big if I did want to do it like that. I wonder if I should turn the stairs sideways. Huh, you know what, this would be good for like a captain's quarters back here. Because it's not going to be too big. You know, it can only come to about here before the walls start doing wall things. That's a nice little room for you to just have a bed, just so you can sleep when you're on missions, when you're in career. I think that's a good option. I might extend this thing the whole way along. Probably push these ladders back a little bit, or even bring them across. I'm thinking like, can I put in a little door looking thing, little arch, maybe even, I don't know about putting in the bottom parts of that. Maybe if it were just 5 wide here, probably just leave that as a full ladder. And then there needs to be a hatch, which will just be probably a sliding hatch. I really don't like sliding hatches though. I'd rather it be one of these ones. So you come in, climb up the ladder, open the hatch, and you pop out here, and then here you would need to be at least 7 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty tall. Is that okay? It's gonna be weird. This is so I've got one of these magnetic hatches on the top, and a door I guess as well. What if the ladder just kept going up? Oh, the hatch should, this one should open sideways then, like that. And then you should be able to step off to that side. Huh, it's like right in the middle. How did I do that? This is gonna mess it all up. This is pretty dumb, but it's kind of the idea, I suppose. Yeah. So that's kind of what I need on top, because then I've got the door to exit, the hatch to connect onto other vessels. What if we just don't do that? That's pretty nasty. And instead just use one of the magnetic ones on the top here. So we'll go sideways. The way that it comes down will be into there, I think. So we probably need to get rid of that. Don't leave that there. So that'll come down. When you're connected, it'll only open if you're docked. That'll let you dock onto other things. I don't know if anything actually has that, like on that side there. And then I'm thinking like, do I want to have the ladder go all the way down and then have the other one on the other side? Another magnetic hatch at the bottom? Or just use the stairs, be a normal person, use the stairs. And then captain's room. Is a bed actually gonna fit in there? Oh, perfect. Except I'll come back and do this. I'm not doing that now. So, yep. You can come down, and then I need a hallway, I guess, so that I can figure out where this Moonpool is going. Is it going to be in the very rear? It might be better to just have the engine fully in the back, because I've got so much space that I could make proper Moonpools up front. Let's get rid of, or at least pull this out. This is the floor level, the floor height that I wanted for all these side sections, all these side rooms, and then it leaves room for ballast and stuff. So let's say from the back is going to be the engine room, which kind of changes a lot, really. Will the engine fit in there? This engine is missing its heat source, which is going to be nuclear as far as the plan so far. So we're cutting into boilers. Boilers could definitely be placed up here if we spin it around. Pumps come right to the back. Do you think that's going to be weird for the weight distribution? I mean, I can always make it a bit longer. Well, that looks kind of cool though. How it comes up here, but then it's actually a longer slope in the middle. Got a door there. Let me put the door in this bit. So I probably go with hinge on the same side, opens the same way. It seems like I was going for a 3 or a one high block above the door. So I think that looks okay, so maybe I'll do that. And then you end up with all these like weird gaps between walls. So now we've only got 4. All of the front needs to go forwards by 1 block. Very good. We have a hallway now, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's going to be exactly 5. And it lines up with the engine room door. Everything's... How's that? What's the saying? Everything's turning up Millhouse.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
I don't know what I'm talking about. This is pretty good though. And then I think I'll do another door. You never know. We might get flooded. It's going to mean a lot of gaps though. Like a lot of weird gaps. Hopefully I can like merge, keep them all connected and then use a physics floodder to flood the whole series of weird gaps between walls. And then this hallway can lead, I think we'll go Moonpool in the middle then. We'll need somewhere for the rods, the nuclear rods to go, which like they could go on the side because I think they're essentially just a stick that goes inside a thing of water. They don't need to be too complicated, I don't think. Moonpool should be in the middle, right? We want a large Moonpool area. So maybe we're going to have doors or something that go around. Okay, wait. We want like the full height for the Moonpool so that we can put a crane in. I don't really want this hallway to be that tall. What are these? These are like 9? Yeah, we're going for 9. 9 tall. Which just means we've got double floors. Unless I do this. Now we've got an 8 high hallway. Man, that's kind of creepy, eh? That's pretty cool. I like that. Then I can cut out that middle section and it can get physics flooded. Then actually that's a good idea. That will connect everything. So this is how I'll connect all the weird gaps together. Probably a good place to run pipes as well. Except when we get into this, the space here now needs to be very tall. So I think you'll take a step out and then there will be, then there'll be 5 blocks of space for like storing cargo or something. Then what I consider to be like the end with a rail, then another 5, and then we're at the edge of the Moonpool, which doesn't need a rail. I think it should have a rail on like 2 sides, especially the side that you're most likely be walking at it from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bonk. Bonk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we go into the diagonals. Then an end. Is that too much? It is going to be too much, isn't it? Because the Moonpool can only go in a right angle corner because of the door frame. And the door frame needs to be facing down so that it drops out. Yes, like that. Perfect. And then I guess we'll do whatever this length is. It's 17 plus half of whatever it is. So, or it could just be a square. The length is 1.5 times the width, which is like a good proportion, I think. And then we take this rail and we chuck it on the other side as well. So now you've got like lots of access on the sides, but you're not going to totally just accidentally walk into it. It might even be a good idea to open it the other way. Lukewarm Hot Tub has this cool crab thing, but I think it would be too big to fit through here. But what I'm thinking is like if I can leave this edge open, then I would be able to run like some kind of garage in here. We'll go with this for now, right? So you've got a rail to stop you from launching off the edge, a gap where you can get into submersibles or crabs or any other kind of underwater thing, and then a space at the end so that a gantry crane can run along here, pick you up and put you down in the front section, which can be like for storage of equipment. And then all I need is a door that can drop down and run forwards, or backwards would be okay as well. Because this is quite a big hole. I don't know how the air pressure works in terms of sealing this correctly. So it'll go down and then slide back. I could put all the mechanism for that sliding on the outside. That would make it really easy to repair as well. It'd make it easy to see what is going on. So I guess I would have it so the track runs the length. So this would drop down, and then these tracks would need to be on more tracks. So we should have blue door, yellow rails, red boat. And then the length of this door was 17 plus 8, 25. So from the end of the door frame, we need to go back 25, I think. I think that's how that works. Is that how you do maths? So that should pop down, go backwards. Logic for this is going to be like one button says go forwards or go backwards, and then there'll be hard points that tell it to stop sending a signal. I'll just put the button here for now, but it'll be somewhere nice. So it's a toggle button. It only has two states. It has open and closed. So we have button, then we have, I'm going to say vertical tracks, and they will control the up and down motion, and then horizontal tracks will control if it's sliding forwards or backwards. Usually you can just do this with capacitors, but I don't like doing that. I don't like capacitors. I don't like how unreliable that is, because it's all about timing and what if something happens. Like what if you push the button as you go over a wave and then that causes the door to jam on something and then it unjams itself, then the timing's all off. What would be a better solution is to know that a hard point is connected to somewhere. So we have this block on the back where I can definitely put one of these big hard points and then another hard point there. And so as it comes down, it'll lock down. It won't be able to jiggle itself back up. And then from there, I can also detect the ordnance type of one of these hard points. And I should be doing this in symmetry mode. So this will just, it'll lock it. So that's just good for security. And then I can actually put a hard point directly above that as well, connected to, oh, can I? It's the door is dropping down, not, I can definitely do it on the front, not the back though. If it's on the, no, I need to do it in front of the track. That's fine, it's not an issue. And even having just two hard points is going to be amazing for security, like for stopping it from jiggling around. So now it's locked in with this top hard point, and then when it goes down, it'll release the top one and lock on the bottom one. And then what's got to move? What's moving? The blue is moving. The blue is moving, and then the yellow is moving. So we know it's gone down. Then I know that there is, like, this thing here is going to move, and I need somewhere where it can connect to a hard point on the other end, which could be there actually. Maybe it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be in line with any of the tracks or the door frames. That's not though, is it? Then if I get another hard point, is that a door frame? No. This hard point tells me that it is in its forwards position, and then as it runs down, it's running along this middle section here, and that will be 1, 2, 3 on the fourth position after the end of the rail. So end of the rail, 1, 2, 3, it'll be in here. So they did it on the wrong side, this one. This will be good to test out of water actually, to make sure it actually works. So this is going to change a little bit. I've got my track outputs. Then I need to know 4 hardpoint releases and 4 positions. This is a lot bigger controller, but it will be really good for knowing when to move and what to do next. So we need to know the up. Okay, I'm going to call it closed release, which is an output. Then we're going to have open release. Then we're going to have forwards release, and then rear release. So these are all the release signals for each set of hardpoints. Then I need ordnance types for each one, which are inputs. So we have closed ordnance type, Am I doing this right? Closed, open, forward, ordnance type. So the ordnance type is always going to be 1 because we're reading from the same hardpoint. So this one here will be 1 and this one will be 1. So we're always looking for a 1 signal. When I push this button, I think it's not grabbing into this hardpoint straight away because this is already on a release signal. And it takes a little bit of time. There's a bit of a delay between like unreleasing and releasing. Changing that state takes a little bit of time. So now we're all locked in at the back. Lock, and it didn't lock. I think it tried to lock. We're not released. See, we're not released on the top one, but we are released on the bottom one. The track signal is 1, so it's trying to push itself up. It's just not doing it. We are all the way forwards, which is concerning, because that means that it's all in the right position. What is stopping that? Please. Zoop. Didn't do it. Something. Do you think the tracks are not heavy enough? -1. It's still trying. It's not. I'm going to put some weight on those little pieces and see if it's a weight issue. So in terms of subgrids, the door itself is probably very heavy. The main body will be very heavy, and then we've got this little thing that's probably not very heavy at all. But I should be able to put barrels all the way down. So, because it's like one huge piece. Please be a weight thing, because that would be so good. Oh, did it do it? Yeah, it did it on both sides. Please. Oh. Did it do it? Oh, what the hell? Everything's in the right place. All the hard points are here. The only thing I can really think of is like, if I put a little thingy-bob like this. That's not good. This is not a good solution. Okay, so what I've done, this thing over here is able to just pivot, push the door up. So it's not interfering with any of the opening because it's like a block down, so it lets the door open properly. And then the door can close without hitting it at all, I think. Wait, okay, yeah. So now it hasn't gone up. Yeah, see, that's so dumb. If it needs a little bit of a nudge from somewhere. It could be, maybe it needs more vertical tracks. Okay, I think my only option is to just stack up more of them and hope if it's just like I need more of them, then it's just like a force multiplier, I guess. I don't really care what the solution is because I just don't want this to leak. That's the thing. Any wacky solution, except that little like wedge thing poking down. Yes, very good. Close. I command you. Oh, it is just a thing. That's not nice though, because it did take a while to do it. It's a force issue. It does not have enough force, which could be a gear ratio thing. I want to try it with just one. In case it's gear ratioable, like 1-to-1 might be okay. Zoop. That's what happens with 1-to-1. It's real quick. It'll go zoop. Okay, so it's not. Oh, if I just push it a bunch. It went up. I saw it. Oh, doing this is actually screwing with the like hard point. Huh. It works, but it's unreliable. Very unreliable, which is bad. It needs to be 100% reliable. What if I just stack the whole thing with tracks? I don't think 1-to-1 is doing any good. Just makes it move faster. 1 to 32 maybe, because then I would get more torque. Let me try 1 to 32 first. Maybe it can just force itself closed with more torque. Oh, look how slow it is. I doubt this is a fix. This is a bad solution. This is not going to work. Okay, maybe it will work. If it wants to do it every time, I will change the gear ratio. Like 1 to 32 might not even be what's required. It might work on 1 to 8 or 1 to 16. Stupid. God damn stupid door. Okay, let's take the button then. Button. We're going inside. I'm gonna chuck some lights in here as well. So it's not super dark. And maybe I should add some barrels to make sure it actually sits on the bottom of the floor of the ocean. Hey. Oh, I didn't even get to do my escape pod thing. Also, this is floating? Yikes. I guess the bottom's underwater though. We'll just, oh no. Oof, thought maybe there was water in here. So this is like water trying to get in because the air pressure in here isn't high enough. So we need to increase air pressure. But we close, it opens and closes. The room won't be as big, so the air pressure needed will be less. Getting in, jumping up in isn't going to be too hard because it's going to be, the water's always going to be right there. It's closing reliably as well now. It's a little annoying that that was the solution, but whatever. And so the water line, or the like sea level, is at the very top of the whatever this is, and the Moonpool is reasonably below. But I guess, okay, this room, the room that the Moonpool's in, this room needs to be pressurized to at least 60 atmospheres all the time so that it can always fight 60 atmospheres of ocean pressure. And it'll also need a lot of bilge pumps, I think. Such a weird whatever this is. Okay, so anyway, let's figure out where the room goes. I think I'll have to come to this wall and like do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I like 5s. I like 5s. We'll go with this. So I don't need any of that. This means I can bring it to here before I need to do any kind of wedges or anything. Yeah, I want the front to be more. I want more, so that there is space. So whatever length this is, I guess, which was like 27, huh? 27 from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 27. Sheesh, it's pretty far back, isn't it? Basically the whole front becomes part of the Moonpool room. Is that too much? It'll mean that whatever you can get in that hole can definitely be placed in the front of the thing. And then all I've got to do is like hide some of this. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. will go all the way down, just giving it like a little bit of a thing. All that needs to stay open, but only it can like be on its own subgrid. So I can hide the barrels and do like wedges and textures and stuff in here. Let's do a 1 by, yeah, a little pop and a pop. And then on the door, go full block the whole way down, and then maybe a lattice. A lattice is a bad idea for physics shapes. I can do 3s if I like offset from the front. This all comes back, and then I just need like a little thing like this, a little stoppy thing. There you go. It's likely that I'll take the side of these tracks and pull them all the way back and incorporate more fins and details and stuff into them. But for now, that's all that needs to happen to make that work, or make it look nice and have it work. And I guess so now that I know the size of this room, I can utilize some of the side space like in here to put my escape pods, or the escape pods can go down the back somewhere. Very sidetracked on this one. So that's how you make a moonpool. Moonpool door. Very straightforward logic, I think. So yeah, I'll put a gantry crane in here, and so you'll be able to like lift whatever's below here, pick it up and move it all the way across here. And actually what would be a really good idea is to put another door on the top, so that, you know, you can load stuff in. This can be the cargo hold, and then you can, like, imagine if you had a mission where it's like recover this shark cage or whatever. You pull up, you winch it up, you put it over here, you lock it into place here, then you drive to a port or dock or whatever, and then you can open this hatch and then use a crane to lift it from there. So I might actually need like an integrated crane in the front somewhere. This also means that the side rooms are a lot smaller now. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of like wasted space that just gets turned into a physics flooder, and try and flood as much of it as possible. And under here is going to be all ballast. This room needs to be pressurized all the time, so there needs to be heaps of excess air to make sure this stays pressurized. Let me put a barometer in here real quick. Oh, look at that. I can go in. Airlock, nice. Captain's quarters, very nice. Actually, not a bad sized room. This door to go up to the other hatch. Come down. Big scary hallway. Moonpool room. Push the button. The barometer says 1. Atmosphere of 1. That can't be good. Is that actually what it measures in? Yeah, 1 atmosphere. So the ocean, I think, is 60. It either has a max of 60 or 30. I can't remember. Oh, what is happening? What? I guess there's a lot of air in the back or something. But that's 1.2, which actually, that can't be very much, right? Dum, 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 dum. Oh look, a crate. And it's like a Christmas one. Anyway, we've got 2 pumps on here now. Just going to suck in air. Fresh air. We can see we're at 1 atmosphere of pressure. Oh, that sucks. I thought it was going to go up way faster. If you heat air, does it make it more pressurized? Because it's trying to expand. I think with more pumps, it's going to be Pump City. Before it was like 1.1, wasn't it? When I opened this. And now we should have heaps of air pressure. Wait, how's the water still getting in? Is it just because we're off balance? But how did the water get in the first place? So yeah, I don't really know anything about submarines. But I think this is a good step. Moonpool. Moonpool's a very good addition. And now I know where the Moonpool is, and like the cargo hold. Can figure out where to put all the other rooms. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.